Welcome to Pinoy Ghost Files. Tonight, we have three terrifying ghost stories that will send shivers down your spine. From eerie encounters to unexplained phenomena, each tale will draw you deeper into the unknown. So, sit back, relax, and prepare for a chilling ride through the supernatural. Let's dive in. This story submitted last January 24th, 2015. Story number 1. Title: Stranger with the Hauling Coffin. In the province again. This happened when my uncles were young, in a barrio where my brother saw a white lady. One day, my cousins and uncles decided to go out. There were 5 of them, and they found one more person on the road. There were only 4 spaces left on my uncle's motorcycle. They decided to test it because it was new. They stopped at a place. Of course, it was wooded, and back then, there were many sightings of various beings or ghosts in our barrio. Then they saw an old man riding a carabao, around 50-plus years old. Many people had carabaos there. They just looked at him to see if they knew him, since they knew almost everyone living there. The carabao was making a lot of noise, as if it was dragging something. But they didn't pay much attention, because it was usual for carabaos to drag things. But as they got closer, they were shocked to see that the carabao was dragging a coffin. Suddenly, they all felt a chill and exchanged looks. One of them asked where the man was going, but he didn't answer. Instead, he suddenly stopped in front of them and said, "I'm here to take one of you." Then the coffin he was dragging suddenly opened. They didn't know what to do and quickly rushed to get on the motorcycle. But then they remembered they couldn't all fit, and as my brother was getting off his carabao, his eyes were glaring. They had no choice but to start the motorcycle, and one of them ran off. As in really fast. They almost arrived at my uncle's house at the same time. P.S. It used to be really creepy in that barrio, but now it's not so much. Back then, even in broad daylight, you could see a floating woman in the middle of the road. Story number 2. Title: Not a comfort room. I'm not from UST, and this isn't too scary, but you can judge for yourselves. I just wanted to share our experience. January 12th, 2014, Monday, 4 to 5 p.m. A classmate invited us to a fast food restaurant near our school because it was his birthday and he was treating us, so of course we went since it was free. 6 to 7 p.m. Others went home after we got back to school, so there were only 3 of us left. We were in the lobby waiting for a ride. I asked my friends to accompany me to the restroom, and they agreed. There seemed to be a lot of people, one of my friends suddenly said. There were only 2 cubicles in the lobby restroom, but I didn't pay much attention to what she said and continued to the restroom door because I thought they followed me. I went into the right cubicle because the left one was closed. While I was using the restroom, I heard my friends whispering and laughing. I wondered why they were whispering since it was just the 3 of us in the restroom. I couldn't understand what they were saying, but I could only make out yes, no, exactly, and their laughter. When I came out of the cubicle, the left door was still closed, so I just ignored it and went to the sink to wash my hands. Then I heard my friends whispering again, so I thought they were playing a prank on me. I went to the left cubicle, thinking they were hiding there, but to my surprise, the door was open and there was no one inside. However, I could still hear whispering. I slowly opened the restroom door and saw my friends waiting a bit far from the restroom. "You guys, I thought you went into the restroom," I said. "That old lady in green took a long time," my friend suddenly said. "What old lady?" "The one who went in with you. That's why I came out, because there were no available cubicles." I was confused. I didn't see any old lady enter, nor did I hear any flush or anything. Only the whispering, which I thought was my friends. We suddenly wondered why there was an old lady at our school at that hour. Story submitted by Title: Coincidence or Not. Hi, I just want to share my horror experience from around 2011 or 2012. During my 2nd and 3rd years in college, I frequently experienced sleep paralysis. But one night I was extremely scared because I didn't know if it was just sleep paralysis or if it really happened. I was sleeping on the top bunk. My brother was on the bottom bunk, but he was on a night shift at work, so the bottom bunk was vacant. My mom and my younger sibling were sleeping in the bed next to me. They were in a separate room with just a wooden partition between our rooms. My dad wasn't home because his work was far away. In short, I was often alone in the room, and the lights were off when I slept. I wasn't too scared by myself. Around 10 or 11 p.m., I went to sleep. I woke up in the early hours but couldn't move. When I looked to my right, there was a floating figure like death. It was wearing a black hood and had a sickle. It was chanting something I couldn't understand, and I felt like it was trying to take me. I prayed, and after a few seconds, I was able to move. Because I couldn't handle the fear, I moved to the other room and slept between my mom and sibling. My mom woke up and asked why. I told her I had a nightmare. I also told my sibling about it the next day. A few days later, I almost had an accident on the side of the road where I was sitting on the tricycle. When I got home, my sibling talked to me. Here's what we talked about. Her. 8. I need to tell you something. I asked my classmate to be sure. When you had your nightmare, I woke up in the morning and saw you without a head. Are you sure? Maybe you just imagined it. I closed my eyes several times, but you really didn't have a head. I could only see the pillow and your body. I didn't tell you right away because I was scared. I also told her what happened to me, and I wondered if there was a connection between my nightmare and what she saw. Story submitted by Pinky. Thanks for joining us on this chilling journey through the unknown. If you enjoyed these ghostly tales, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to never miss a new story. Have a paranormal experience of your own? Share it with us in the comments or send us a message. We might just feature it in our next episode. Until next time, stay safe and beware of what lurks in the shadows.